Hello guys, let me just sorry daily show. So I watched the Last Jedi, Star Wars, and I'm a big Star Wars fan. I didn't like it though. I didn't like the Last Jedi. Maybe because I have a high expectation for the movie, and I had big hopes for it. I thought everything uh, would be explained in the Last Jedi, but apparently it didn't. We had the movie left me with even more question than ever, and the movie came out for 3 weeks ago, and I have only seen it I've only watched it once, and I remember the Force Awakens. I watched it at the theater 6 times. But the Last Jedi's I watched it 2 weeks ago, and since then I haven't watched it again. I only saw it once. It's You only need to see it once, and then you don't want to spend more time or money on seeing something that you don't like. I didn't like it, to be honest. Um, and the reason is, we are different. Everyone has their opinion. Some people like it, some not. Um, But the reason that I didn't like it is because we still don't know who the fuck Rey is. I mean, in The Force Awakens, she beat the hell out of Kylo Ren, who was, who he is the master of the Knights of Ren. He has been raised to be a Jedi. He was with Luke and all that. Training in the Force with the lightsaber, and yet he get his ass kicked by a scavenger who has no Force training, who has no lightsaber training, and all of a sudden, she not only she beats Kylo Ren, but she made him look like a sissy, seriously. And then in the Last Jedi, she didn't only beat them again, she killed the Supreme Leader Snoke. And how the fuck somebody like Supreme Leader Snoke, who is force sensitive, he can do everything like, moving stuff with the objects and all that. He cannot see the lightsaber rising next to him and getting activated. And I don't know, there is so much like, who is Rey? Where did she came from? Did she ever had a training? Yes or not? You know. And the second, how come? What is the plan for Rey? I mean, they are making a really big. They are building up Rey's character very. I mean, they are building up her character so they are making her so powerful. I don't know if Disney have other plans for Star Wars beyond the ninth episode. Maybe they have more upcoming projects that Ray will be involved, and maybe not. I don't know. But as far as I can see it, I think it's not. They are giving Ray too much of everything, and I'm not against that, but if you're going to do that, you have to give us something to know about this character. And to be honest, it makes the movie look really stupid. But it was, and then you had Princess Leia floating in the space. Now, I'm not, I'm a big Star Wars fan. I love the movies, and I love even more the books. I love the books. I have read, if I tell you right now, you will not believe it, but I have read over 150 Star Wars novels from from early 90s to, now, The last one that I read was Tarkin, written by I forgot his name. Anyway, the newest Tarkin novel, um, and as far I can remember, I didn't hear anything in the books that somebody could use the Force to fly. I mean, there were force jump. Yeah, you can jump and use the force to fly high, and then yeah, you would come back down again. But you need to stay in the solid ground in order to do that. And Princess Leia, she was in space. I mean, she was floating, and then she kind of went float back to the ship, and that was really weird to see. Anyway, that's not a big issue, these are just small things, I don't anyway just I it's not a big issue with what I find it to be a big issue is with Ray. And what else? Luke, you know it may surprise many of you, or it even surprises me, but I don't like Luke's character in Star Wars. I really don't. But I like the idea of the entire thing being around him, because, Luke equals Star Wars, Darth Vader equals Star Wars, right? I mean, if you when you hear when you hear Star Wars, you automatically get the picture and the names of Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. But I don't know. To me, he looked really, really like a. Uh, I didn't like the way things went down with Luke. Uh, I didn't like that. Maybe he should have bigger part in the movie, like crushing down that fucking Kylo Ren guy or something, not being some kind of a hologram or whatever, you know. Um, then you had uh, and yeah, we still don't know who Snoke is. I mean, is he dead? I checked the movie database, IMDb. Uh, I checked in Star Wars Episode 9 because you can see who's going to be in that movie. And it's too early to say exactly who's going to be in, but anyway, I saw the name of Andy Serkis, the guy who does uh, the motion or whatever you call it, like CGI thing with no, not CGI. Anyway, the guy who plays Supreme Leader Snoke, and I saw that his name was on the list, so maybe Snoke is not dead yet. But anyway, it's still like, who is Snoke? I mean, this is the second movie. There should be more information about Supreme Leader and Rey, but we are not getting anything of that. We did got, however, about Finn. I mean, in the first movie, you knew who he was and where he's come from. I mean, where he's raised and all that. We could need something like that about Rey and Supreme Leader Snoke. And whoever is going to make the third movie, I hope it's not the guy who did the Last Jedi, because if it's him again, then fuck it. But if it's someone else, that guy has big shoes to fill, big shoes. I mean, you have so much to think about and do, because the Last Jedi didn't like it, didn't like it at all. But there were some things that I find it to be that I was glad that I saw. Like, I was happy to see Chewbacca again, and I was happy uh, to see a familiar face, like Luke Skywalker. Even thought I don't like his character in the movie, but you know, I rather would want somebody that I don't like, but yet has done, has made, has been a big part of the entire saga, like Luke Skywalker, than having somebody who comes from nowhere who managed to beat the same guy twice and kills his boss, you know. Uh, it was good to see Chewbacca, like I said, and those small creatures. I don't know what they call. They call them porg or pork. I don't know how they pronounce, how they pronounce their name, but I think it's porg. They were really really cute. So let's see how the. Anyway, for the third movie, I think I'm not gonna have the same expectation I had for The Last Jedi because you wait for 2 fucking years and then to find out that the movie didn't met your expectation, or maybe you shouldn't have that high expectation for something, but it's a Star Wars movie, man. I mean, seriously, you need to have high expectation for something like that because it's one of the greatest franchise in the world. I mean, if not the greatest. You have anyway. Um, so far, since Disney bought the Star Wars franchise, the best movie so far of Star Wars that they have made, I have to say it's the Rogue One. Rogue One is, I mean, The Force Awakens was good. It was really good. I thought Force Awakens was bad, but not till I watched The Last Jedi. And when I saw The Last Jedi, I was like, oof, oh my God, The Force Awakens is really good compared to this. Um, but yeah, so you know, let's see. I hope they just don't milk these movies, to make movie every year or every 2 years you know, uh, to do it for money or whatever. Because if that is the case, then it's not gonna be good for Star Wars franchise. I mean, you know, I don't know, but. Let's see. I hope whatever they are planning after episode 9, I hope that it will be something new and different, not like we have seen and felt so far with the, Jedi and Darths and Republic this and Republic that. Maybe it'll be something completely different. Go back to the pre, there are so many. Let's see, whatever I'm gonna say here and now, it's not gonna matter because Disney will go and do it their ways. And but let's hope and pray they do it, that they do a better job at the ninth episode, because the eighth one, not good. From 1 to 10, 10 being great and 1 being ew. I think I'll probably give The Last Jedi a 4. I think 4 is too much, but because I liked some effects, and explosions and those those small creatures, and seeing Chewbacca again, those are the plus. Um, yeah, out. Now I'm gonna watch Daily Show again.
Folders